Hello, BookTube, and welcome back. So, I'm going to continue my bookshelf tour today. I don't know what part this is. It could be 12, 13, 14, or 15. No idea. No idea. And all I know is this is part three of the classics. I originally wanted to do the classics in two parts, but I've just got too many. I've got too many classics, man. So, and you can't see the classics because they're way up here. They're on this top shelf and up in the gods. And rather than me getting a step ladder and bringing them, maneuvering around and falling off the ladder and all that fun stuff, I've decided to bring them all down here. I've got, I could count them, but I can't be bothered, so I'm just glancing. I think there's 16 here, but six of them are a series, and they're all of the Penguin cloth-bound variety, apart from the series. So let's get. I can hear the dog going backwards and forwards. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's going stir crazy. I can hear pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. So I don't know what he's up to. He might make an appearance. Who knows? Is this camera on a jaunty angle? It might be my eyes, but I don't know. But it looks like the camera's like in a really jaunty angle, like I'm on a Titanic. It's a weird kind of an angle. I don't know. It's probably just my eyes. So without further ado, let's begin. Let's start with the series. Now, if you ask people in the UK what their favourite, most people, what their favourite Victorian author is, most people will say Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens is all right. No, he's a bit too prose heavy, I found. I think he was getting paid by the word, wasn't he, Charles Dickens? So my favourite Victorian author was Anthony Trollope. And this, because he's got that comic zest too. I do like Anthony Trollope. He's quite sarcastic in some of his books. It's really fun and comical. And he wrote a series called The Chronicles of Barset. Barchester was like a fictional village in Victorian England. So just think of those quaint Victorian little, little places in the UK and the Victorian. And this is where all these books are based. So the first one is The Warden, and this is the warden getting accused of misappropriating money, and he gets accused by his daughter's suitor. So drama. So he's getting accused of mishandling this money into his own pocket, and typical Anthony Trollope fashion, it's quick and it's witty. It's only a small little book, and yeah, that's the first one. Really good. The second one, it's this yellow thing. It's Barchester Towers. The second one's called Barchester Towers. We see what I mean by the yellow. My eyes, just wrecks my eyes. And this follows that book, and it's about the death of, I think it's a bishop, and then who takes over the bishop's role in the town. Lots of backstabbing and knivery in this. Is really good. I think this is probably my second favourite of the series. So that's a death of a bishop and who's going to take that bishop's role in the town. The third one is Dr. Thorne, and this is about so it's all about suitors. Who's the most suitable suitor for my son, and this woman who is going to be, she's going to have she's got a good financial backing, but nobody knows that before she gets married apart from Dr. Thorne. And he's basically saying, don't tell anyone that you're going to be super rich. Get people on your side via your character and not via your money. That's what this Dr. Thorne's about, and it's really, really good. Again, it's typical Trollope, really interesting. So that's that one. The next one is Family Parsonage. Again, a little groovy thing. And again, this is all typical new pastor in town and how he deals with the community. And yeah, look at the great little. So they're not the Penguin cloth-bound variety, but it's still good looking books. This, I almost dropped it. This is A Small House of Allington. Again, it's pretty much the same theme of the previous title. All subplots, all sorts, what's going on in the town. I don't really want to spoil it because a lot of the things that go on in this book happens in previous books. But yeah, again, excellent book. And look at a nice little cover. And probably, again, probably my favourite of the Chronicles is the last Chronicles of Barset. And this is about, is it Mr. Hershey or Mr. Harsley? It's something like that. He gets accused of stealing. And it's all, people treating him differently because this bloke steals and all that. But is he an actual thief or not? And it's how they get over that. That's probably my favourite. And it's full of typical Trollope comedy and eccentricity. Great stuff. Okay, let's move on to the Penguin Clock Band Classics. And let's begin. I think I'm looking at all these. These are all pretty famous, so you should have heard them all. Again, somebody's just texted me and I've got like a news banner going across my phone and my eyes are kind of tracking it. So the first one is Wuthering Heights. This is Emily Bronte. It's about Lockwood going to stay with his landlords for a while, and they're all pretty horrible characters in this book. And what's the guy's name again? I think it begins with H or something like that. I can't remember at the top of my head, but it's all about she chose him because he suited her better, money and all that, rather than falling for a really nice character. And then subsequent years and how the family life was affected and how the kids coped with a kind of nasty character, and it's all kind of narrated through Lockwood's eyes. It's really good. I do really enjoy Wuthering Heights. Good book. That's probably my favourite book out of all the Bronte sisters. Oh, there you go. This is Crime and Punishment by, oh, here we go. I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of this one. Is it Fyodor Dostoevsky? Break it down now. This is about I think he's a student, isn't he? I can't remember his name. Begins with R, doesn't it? Like Rapskalal or something? I can't remember. And he goes out and just kills someone straight away. And it's all this book is the hunt for the main character and how he's evading the law and how he might get redeemed by, I think it's Sonia, isn't it? The sex worker who he meets in the course of this book. And this is probably one of my favourite classics of all time. Crime and Punishment is really, really good. So it's about, the main character who's a murderer, who kills someone for absolutely no reason, and him trying to evade the law, and he falls in love with a woman called Sonia. Next one is by multiple authors, and it's The Tale of 1001 Nights. A very famous book. So this is, the adventures of Ali Baba. Is it Sinbad? I think Sinbad. So it's all those tales told through his concubine right at the start, isn't it? And she thinks she's going to die, but the way she saves her life is to tell the Sultan or King, whoever he is, all these tales of 1001 Nights. So he, tells him Ali Baba and all that. I do like that. I usually take these chapters at a time. Because you can't, because they're all like episodic, so they're all like individual stories. So really good little book. Let me check that. Is it multiple authors of Tale of 1001 Nights? I can't see the author right away. I might be wrong, but I think it is. Next one. I was just slagging him off before. This is Charles Dickens. This is David Copperfield. So this is, again, like a lot of Charles Dickens, about a boy who's trying to escape his penny-pinching childhood. So he wants to escape being skinned. And this is how he becomes a novelist. And along the way, you meet loads of different interesting characters, from the witty, from the really dark and, not necessarily evil, but, nasty people, but also really quirky, nice people. David Copperfield is probably my favourite of the Charles Dickenses. Really good, really interesting. And even though it is a big one, it's still a good book. Okay, this is one of the oldest books I've probably got in here. This is Cervantes. This is Don Quixote. another famous book, I think from the 17th century or 16th century, about a man. What's his name? Oh, Don Quixote. Not Don Quixote. What's his? Is it Sancho? I think it's Sancho, his sidekick. I think it is Sancho, isn't it? Yeah. And it's about Don Quixote trying to be like this knight, this respected knight, and going about the place being respected with his sarcastic sideman, Sancho. Don Quixote is a bit of a crank, and it's them getting into all sorts of hijinks. It's quite an episodic book. It's broken down to different stories of their encounters on their travels. I do like Don Quixote. It's quite funny. Next is I think it's a child's book. It's by Robert Louis Stevenson. This is Treasure Island. Again, you can't really see that, can you? The reflection. Reflect. So, yeah, this is about Jim. The kid's called Jim in it. And is working out on a ship for the first time. Is it for the first time? I think it is. And he meets a character called Long John Silver, who turns out to be a pirate. Oh, like he didn't know, right? And it's all about trying to find buried treasure and betrayal and all that. But again, Treasure Island, fantastic little book. Next one. This is by Arthur Conan Doyle. What do you think it is? This is Hound of the Baskervilles. Great. So this is about Sherlock and Watson going to try and solve this murder, and it's a Baskerville Hall. There's a case, and there's a case of this Hound of the Baskervilles, and it's been murdered, and Sherlock and Watson have got to go and solve the case. Again, only a little book, but again, it's probably one or the most famous Sherlock Holmes novels of all time. And let me think about this. I think it's the only one I've actually ever read, The Hound of the Baskervilles. Yeah, it is, yeah. I enjoyed it. So I don't know why I haven't picked up any more of them, but I haven't. Probably one of the most famous classics. This is Pride and Prejudice. It's about Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy, isn't it? Oh, they're trying to get together and be all lovey-dovey. It's all backwards and forwards and all that. It's a classic for a reason. It's a summer read. It's a fast read. It's good. Jane Austen, she can write, man. She's a good writer. And it's all about love and how, the personalities sometimes don't match, but it's how they overcome that. And there's all sorts of subplots and side characters as well. But Pride and Prejudice, deserves its place on the pantheon of classics. It is good. Okay, talking about the pantheon of classics, this is my personal favourite book of all time. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you know what it is. This is Alexander Dumas, and this is The Count of Monte Cristo. Again, huge book. I think this is over 1,000 pages. And it's a book about revenge. There's a man who's been done wrong, so he gets arrested on the day of his marriage by his so-called free friends and work colleagues, and he ends up getting thrown into prison on a lie. And it's about him escaping the prison and going on a revenge kick of the people who betrayed him. Fantastic book. I absolutely adore this book. I've read this book maybe under 20 times, and it's a big one as well. I absolutely adore The Count of Monte Cristo. Proper lads book, It's a really, really, really cool book. And the last one for today, look at me wiping all the dust off. The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. The chances of anything falling from Mars. Again, a very famous book of the Martians coming down from Mars and giving us a punch in the mouth. It's based in Victorian England, so the Martians come and attack, the UK. Not like the Tom Cruise film, which I haven't seen, where they come and attack, I don't know, Michigan, whatever it is. But The War of the Worlds is good. It's got one of the best opening paragraphs of all time, hasn't it? And it's good. It's a good little sci-fi. And that's The War of the Worlds. H.G. Wells. Okay, folks, so that was 16 books. 6 of them belonged in a series, and I believe that is the end of the classics. I'm just looking around whether I've got dosed them anywhere else, but I don't think so. Yeah, that's it. So we've finished the classics. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm probably going to head down this side here. But again, as you can see, a lot of them are just series. There's the Dark Tower and the Expanse and the Malazan book. So I might just pull them out and just talk about the series rather than talking about individual books like Game of Thrones, Dune. You know, you got Robin Hobb down there and Hilary Mantel. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah, I will wrap this up and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye, BookTube.